I'm sure it's nothing you don't like. Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey boys, what's going on? It's your boy Clazo here today, guys, and today I'm bringing you more Ancient Bond spoilers. Now, I've been very busy for the past 2 days with my work and stuff like that. Knew it was going to happen. I'm still going to try to bring you guys these spoilers as much as I possibly can, but you guys got to understand it does take time, and sometimes I just don't have the time to do it as much as I would like. But today there's a ton of spoilers, and we're just going to kind of scroll through the list instead of doing it how I normally do it, because if I did it that way, it would take a very long time, because we have, like, I think maybe 10 cards to go over. Maybe not that many. It's a lot, though. It's more than yesterday. Yesterday we had 6, and that was already pretty difficult getting the animations and the cards and the backgrounds, things like that. But anyways, yeah, let's hop into it. So our first card is a Song Guy card. He's a 3-mana Arcanist. His name's Sparrowhawk. Sorry. He's a 3/2 and he has Bond. Put a Mist Dragon Seal into your action bar. Now, I don't think this ability is going to be very relevant, to be honest with you, because as a 3-mana card, you can run things like Keyble Holder, which is better. Normally, it stops the minion from ramping into a mana tile, and, I mean, if you're already running, like, 3 Mist Dragon Seals in your deck, or 3 Juxes in your deck, you really don't need that extra Mist Dragon Seal. There's really never a time where you're like, man, you know what? I wish I had another Mist Dragon Seal in my deck. I wish I had 4 of them. I think if you just run maybe another Mist Dragon Seal in your deck, if you're only running like 2, because you really want that Mist Dragon Seal, it would be worth it. But other than that, man, I don't think it's worth it. It's a 3/2, which makes it pretty weak to a lot of removal. A lot of 2-drop minions could kill this thing off. The only thing that it has going for it is that it's an Arcanist, but even being an Arcanist this early in the game, you can't really play it if you're player 2. You can't play it right on turn 1 because, you know, you're not going to get the Bond abilities, which kind of sucks. Unlike Keyble Holder, which you could play, you know, turn 1 player 2, which is really nice. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this card. I mean, I wish the Bond was like a Phoenix Fire. Maybe that would be a little OP if it was Phoenix Fire, but like that's better than Mist Dragon Seal. There's so many things that you can already do with movement-wise with Song Guy, between, you know, your BBS with Kalios, Jux, and, you know, you already have Mist Dragon Seals in the deck. You don't need a 4th one. It's just not worth it. Keyble Holder's the way to go. Anyway, though, let's keep moving on. Our next card is called EMP. Now, this card is causing a ton of drama. Now, this card is a neutral minion. He's 7 mana. He's a 9/9 golem. Before I go on about his opening gambit, don't know why he's a golem. He should be a mech. He looks like mech. He should be a mech. Why, CPG, do you do this to us? But anyways, yeah, he's a 7 mana 9/9 golem, and he has opening gambit, dispel all minions and generals, and destroy all artifacts. He's basically a board reset that stays on board. That's a 7 mana 9/9, which is very strong. Now, you probably won't see this in things like Vath, but you might see it in Starhorn, because I don't think Starhorn really cares if it gets dispelled. Vath cares a lot if it gets dispelled. Same thing with Ziggurat, it cares a lot if it gets dispelled. I don't really think there's any other generals in the game that really care about being dispelled. I mean, the destroy all artifacts now, that could hurt some generals like Saj. Some Fey decks run a lot of artifacts, things like that. But I mean, he's deadly, man. If you can get him out early with some kind of ramp between Flash Reincarnation and Darkfire Sacrifice, you can get this thing out pretty early, man. And it's a 9/9. That's going to be hard for your opponent to kill. And even if they dispel it, it doesn't matter, because it already did its ability. It has opening gambit. It's a super strong card, and it's something we're going to have to watch out for in the future meta, because this thing's most definitely going to see some play. I'm definitely going to play it. I'd rather people play this than play Meltdown. I hate Meltdown. Anyways, yeah, let's keep going, man. Now, our next card is pretty good. I like this card a lot. Now, this card is a Vaynar spell. It's 1 mana. It's called Mana Death Grip. And it has deal 1 damage to an enemy minion. If it dies this turn, permanently gain 1 mana crystal. So it's ramp, man. Deal 1 damage and ramp, basically. And you got to make sure that you kill the minion. Or if it dies this turn, it doesn't even need to die by this. It doesn't even need to die by this if you played in the wrong order or something like that. You just need to kill that minion this turn somehow, which is really nice. Really, really nice. This is going to give Faye and Kara a lot more ramp. You know, people are probably going to play this over whatever that other thing is that people run. Not Crystal Cloaker. whatever that 1/1 is that some people use, but no one's going to use that anymore. Everyone's going to use this. This is such a better card, man. The fact that it's more ping, which is really nice, so you can deal with things like Heart Seekers and things like that. And you're gaining a mana crystal, which is beautiful. This is going to be a good card. I think it's going to see play in a lot of decks. Definitely if Ramp Vaynar becomes a thing. Right now, Control Vaynar is very big, but you know, if Ramp Vaynar, you know, is a thing, then we're going to see this card a lot. Maybe even in Ramp Vaynar. Or not Ramp Vaynar, Control Vaynar. But right now, Control Vaynar already has a lot of tools that it's hard to fit in everything in your deck that you want to. So it might not fit there. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now our next card is another Songai card. Now this card is called Joski. This is for the developer or whatever. I'm pretty sure he's a developer of the game. It's a white mana spell, and it says each player steals a random card from their opponent's deck. It's a meme card. That's what else am I gonna say about it? It's meme. They might steal something good from you, and you might steal something bad for them. So it could work against you. Who knows? I mean, you could just run good cards in your deck instead of running this. But if you want to play some kind of weird meme deck, feel free to run this card. Other than that, it's not going to see any competitive play. It's just, it's just not that great. Just not that great. Yeah. What else is there to say about it? The fact that your opponent, maybe if you got to steal something out of your opponent's deck and they didn't steal something back, but the fact that they steal something back and they might steal your win condition, you know? But if you had that one copy of that card that you need and your opponent stole it, you know, that would suck. But yeah, meme card. Keep moving on. Our next card is Vitruvian. Now, this is a card I'm interested in. It's a 2-mana golem. His name's Dreamshaper. He's a 2/2, and he has Bond. Draw 2 cards. Now, this card is strong. The fact that you're able to draw more cards than Vitruvian is really nice. You could play this turn, if you're player 2, you can play this turn 1 with Golem Metallurgist, and then play this out, and then you'll draw 2 cards instantly like that. You know, sometimes, yeah, it's gonna suck. It's like playing a Dune Caster that you really don't want to play as turn 1. You know, same thing with this card. You really don't want to play turn 1, but if you have to, I mean, I'm sure you can. Yeah, I like this card a lot. So now you don't have to run the 3-mana draw spell for them. I forget what it's called. You don't have to run that. You can run this guy instead, and he works more with the Golem deck and theme. So that's really nice. I like that he's able to draw you cards. I wish he was like maybe a 3/2 or a 2/3, but you have to understand his abilities does give you 2 cards. So, you know, I guess a 2/2 is fair, right? 2/2 is fair. Let's keep moving on. Now, these 3 cards, before I go over them, I'm going to go over this guy, because this guy ties into these 3. Now, this card is going to be the new Kron of the meta. I swear to God, it's going to see play in everything that's not even... It doesn't even... it has to be an Arcanist deck because it has Bond. If you're running Arcanist, everyone's running 3 copies of this card. Now, this is a 5-mana legendary minion. He's an Arcanist. He's neutral, and his name's Trinity Wing. He has some badass pixel art, okay? He has flying, and he has Bond. Put 3 Teachings of the Dragon into your action bar. You guys are probably wondering, what is the Teachings of the Dragon? Those are the 3 cards that just passed that we're going to talk about. But before we talk about them, let's keep talking about this guy. Now, he's a 5-mana 4/4 flyer. I think that's very fair. I think he has you know, that's very fair for him giving you 3 cards in your hand. You know, oh man, I love this card. If you're running Arcanist and not running this card, it doesn't even matter what faction you're running. You should run this. Refills your hand with some pretty decent cards, I would say, and you know, gives you a big 4/4 flyer on the field, which is really nice. And it definitely, if you're running, you know, if you're running things like Vaynar, you could fly him to the other side of the field and like Wailing Overdrive him, something like that. But yeah, he's a pretty cool card, man. And let's go over the lessons. Okay, lesson number 1. All the lessons are 1 mana. I'm not sure. I couldn't find it if you can actually add the lessons into your deck. Like if there are cards you can craft or not. Like cards you can just put in without Trinity Oath, or not Trinity Oath, Trinity Wing. But I think you can only get these cards from Trinity Wing. You can't just add them into your deck. But anyways, yeah, so the first one's called Lesson of Courage. Give your general +1 attack. That's not bad, man. That means it stays. That's not an artifact. It stays on unless your general probably gets dispelled, then it goes back to 2. But that's really strong. Being able, you guys know that one attack that sometimes you need to kill off that minion helps. Definitely if you're playing Vath. I know when I play Vath, I'm so happy that I can buff up his attack. Because things like Lions, you know, Lions not being able to double hit you is really nice. Things like that. So I like that. Lesson of Power. Deal 2 damage to anything. 2 damage, 1 mana. Amazing. You don't even need to talk about that. One mana to deal 2 damage to anything. And last is a Lesson of Wisdom. Restore 3 health to anything. Anything. Same thing with this. Anything. That means generals included. You could deal 2 damage to their general. You could win with this card. Same thing with this. You can restore 3 health to your general, which is really nice. You know, out of all of these, I think they're all pretty good. Probably the give you general +1 attack is the weakest. That or restore 3 health to anything. But they're all really, really strong, you know, and the fact that you're able to replace them is really nice as well, because now you can dig for more stuff, dig for more Trinity Wings and things like that, so you can redraw 3 of these again. I'm telling you, this is going to be the big bad card of the meta. This thing's going to see play in every single Arcanist deck, and I'm excited for it. This card is badass. Badass, yeah. So that's this card, man. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very, very, very hyped for some new meta decks, man. I'm so tired of Tempo Argion. It's not even funny. Now let's keep moving up. For our last card we're going to talk about today, Mogwai actually just spoiled this card maybe like an hour ago from when I'm recording now. Now this is a Vaynar card, obviously. It's a 3-mana 3/3. His name's Kindred Hunter. He's an Arcanist, and he has Bond. Summon a 3/3 Night Howler on a random space, or a random nearby space. I think it's pretty good, man. 3-mana 3/3s aren't normally that bad, and the fact that if you already have an Arcanist on board, you're getting another 3/3. So I think that's pretty strong, getting two minions for the price of 1. There's that other 3-mana creature that only gives you, I forget his name, Fenrir, who gives you, he's a 3/2, and then when he dies, he summons a 3/2. This is a little better, you know, you got that +1 health, which normally helps out a lot. You know, obviously, you can only run him in the Arcanist archetype, because if not, his ability is useless. But I think this is going to see play in probably all the Arcanist Vaynar decks. It's a very strong card. It provides 2 bodies for the price of 1, as long as you have that other Arcanist already on board and established. But really, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm sorry I didn't go more in depth with all these cards. I have a ton of stuff to do. I'm really behind on a lot of stuff because I've been busy the past few days. But I'm still going to try to stay on top of these for you guys. And you know, when the new meta does come out, I'm going to show you guys some pretty cool deck techs that I have in mind, and I hope you guys enjoy. Also, later tonight, I will be putting up a video on the winner of my contest. The contest ends, I think, in 4 hours, so I'm just waiting for it to end, and then I'll make the video and put it up. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We need 5 more for 300 subs, and I will be very happy. But as always, I'm your boy Clazo. Hope you guys keep on dueling, and I will see you guys next time.